Larga, rockera, bien. De rato tenía buen humor, de ratos no. Por eso digo que le tomamos la vodka. ¿Qué sé yo, viste? Porque ganan $200 millones, se creen una estrella. Bueno, vamos a ver. Action. Action. Okay, we have a lot of questions. Some of them are funny, some of them are stupid, and some of them are super stupid. Okay, no.
I heard a long time ago that I was going to do an interview with you, and they were all telling me about you. It was on Twitter. They all said, and they said, I guess it had been mentioned that you were going to do an interview with me a long time ago, and they were saying, no, it's never going to happen. I didn't know what it was, right? But this is it. Okay.
Give me a fast answer without thinking twice. Who is the best guitar player, really the best guitar player in the world?
There is no such thing as the best guitar player in the world. There's a lot of really amazing guitar players who have different personalities.
But you like Eric Clapton today? No.
His style today is not as much my favorite. Like I liked him back in the day.
With Cream.
Yeah, with Cream. Yeah, but that's that's his own personal thing. But there's no like. I hate it when people go, "Oh, this guy's the best guitar player." He's good at what he does. This guy's good at There's a lot of shitty guitar players. But the thing about guitar is you have to express yourself emotionally, and so when people who do that, they all have very distinct personalities, and they're all as good as each other in their own right. There's a lot of people that say, really nice things these days, which is really cool, but I don't, I sort of take them with a pinch of salt, and I just keep focusing on getting shit done, and leave it at that.
Keith Richards used to say, if you don't know how to play very well the acoustic guitar, you don't know how to play the guitar.
Acoustic is a lot.
You have to know how to play really good the acoustic.
Yeah, because acoustic guitar is totally honest, and you can't hide with an acoustic guitar.
It's like
a piano. Acoustic instruments is just the strings and the wood, and the person playing them. And so, yeah, Keith is totally right. I've heard a lot of people go, "Oh, acoustic, I don't like to play acoustic. It's too limited for me." So you're too limited for the acoustic.
In many interviews you mentioned two musical revelations, Tangerine, from Led Zeppelin the Third, and Aerosmith album Rocks. Can you elaborate a little bit that?
The Tangerine was, I think, one of the first complete songs I ever learned on guitar. And then Aerosmith Rocks was the record that really sort of set me off in the direction that I went as a rock musician.
Do you like any of Guns N' Roses' hit songs, or did you get sick and tired of them all?
Guns N' Roses hit songs. No, I love Guns N' Roses stuff. I fucking, if I hadn't, I've said this before, but if I hadn't been in that band, it would have been my favorite band. It's just, it was a really cool band, and I loved all the music, and I play some Guns N' Roses songs now. So I never got sick of that. I never had a problem with the fucking material.
Yeah.
Maybe when I was on tour with Guns at the time, we were out for like 3 years. There might have been songs in the set that I was like, oh, it's sort of tedious, but not too much.
Your image is, how do you get to the hats and the dark glasses and the cigarette? But because now it's like, you can make a toy, you can make a...
I didn't know that was
You don't know.
I didn't know it was going to be such a thing.
You put a cigarette and people say, oh, the cigarette here. And
I know, but the cigarette was because I got both my hands are busy, the hat because I just like the hat, and the shades because I don't like the light,
Why are there women that see your photos and immediately they think, oh, this guy needs a shower? Why?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know that, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the prostitutes, but
not the
other kind of girls.
Okay,
say,
don't push it.
You must take a shower,
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
Probably because I have a lot of hair or something.
Your mother designed costumes for David Bowie.
She designed costumes for a lot of people, not just David Bowie.
Other people?
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
A lot of musicians. Yeah.
And she give you, an opinion or advice about your... She talks to you and says, hey, take off that hat.
No, my mom's the exact opposite. She was always very sort of like cool.
Like a cool...
Yeah.
Cool rock and rolly man.
But I mean, I left home early, so she didn't really have much say in anything anyway, yeah. But she was always very supportive. Yeah.
What about, it's very interesting, your life. I mean, when you were a kid, And your father was manager of David Crosby or something,
No,
or people
My dad
passing
was
by, Johnny Mitchell?
My dad's an album cover. He's a graphic designer.
Ah,
And
graphic design.
They used to hire him to do album covers. That's it.
Album covers for who?
For Neil Young and for Joni Mitchell and a bunch of different artists back in the late 60s and early 70s.
And you were there, like a kid,
Yeah.
between all those people
Between
talking
my
and
mom
smoking.
and my dad, I was really sort of brought up in the middle of a lot of musicians and entertainers, you know.
Entertainers. This year you
Oh, boy.
released your first solo album. Why so many years to release the first solo album?
I just never thought to do a solo record. I did Snake Pit, which was a different band that I put together with a bunch of different musicians. And it was created as a separate group from Guns N' Roses, right? And that was like, you know, fun for me to do. But I finally got to that point where I needed to do something on my own, not in a group situation where I sort of control everything and do everything the way that I wanted.
What does everybody think that a singer is usually the guy with the greatest ego in a band?
I would imagine it's because, like, you have to get up and represent on your own and talk. You have to have a big ego to do that. I couldn't do it. I couldn't be a frontman and a singer.
But you
I
are
play
the
behind
guitar hero of nowadays.
Yeah, but I play behind my guitar. That's
I
different.
know.
If I had to go up and sing about how I feel to a huge audience every day with a microphone, I couldn't do it.
Jimi Hendrix thought that he couldn't sing. Jimi Hendrix. He said, "No, I'm very shy. My voice is..." And the manager, Chas Chandler, said, "You must sing.
Are you trying to give me a
sing.
history lesson?
Stop talking and sing." And he sang. And he became the voice of
I'm
Jimi.
not going to sing until I'm forced to.
There's a lot of, in your album, there's a lot of different singers. How do you make the list?
I didn't make a list.
Who do you say, okay, Ozzy?
I just wrote all the music, and then I figured out who I thought should sing each song. So I hear the music, I pick the
and you
singer.
say, this would be Sam?
Exactly.
Call Ozzy. Ozzy
Yeah,
for this
he
team.
was actually the first guy that I called, was Ozzy. So that's how I did it, and that's the music dictated the choice of singers.
And did you record live with each singer, or did you do that kind of thing that
No,
I
we
send
did
you
it-
the
we
track
did-
by mail?
We did it in the studio. The whole record was done for one of the most important things. It was done to tape, not digital, and
Tape?
everybody was in the studio.
Thanks God. Thanks God.
Tal cual como nosotros les habíamos prometido, el señor Slash en persona eligió cuál a él le pareció el tipo que era el mejor Slash de todos los que habían participado. Fíjense.
Yeah. Who's the girl?
The girl in the Amalia Granata. She's the girl in the program. It would be yours if you came to Argentina.
Oh,
I will
okay.
send it to your room.
This one. This guy's
Number two.
This guy's a little more realistic.
Mundo me ha felicitado por Twitter, les agradezco muchísimo al R. Pettinato porque ha sido una gran nota de rock. Y como son mis notas, como en los viejos tiempos, cuando yo era periodista de rock, son interminables. Y esta es la tercera parte y mañana tenemos las pastillas que quedaron dando vuelta, quedaron un montón de tonterías y cositas que como los fans son tan fans, les encanta que si el tipo se levanta, que si toma algo, que si hace así con los anteojos. Eso lo vamos a ver mañana. Hoy, la tercera parte.
Which was the wildest night, the best after concert party ever you have or remember?
I don't know. There's a lot.
But
There's a
there's
lot.
always one you remember. And she's here. Please.
Yeah, right.
Hi, Zach.
I can think there's a lot.
This is your baby.
There's a lot. I can't really pinpoint just one particular specific night.
Yeah.
Do you remember any after-concert parties in Argentina?
Well, you know what the problem, as much as I love playing in Argentina, and it is literally the best audience in the world, right?
Yeah, they're crazy.
I mean,
all
I
the time.
can't. I mean, there's a lot of all the South American countries are amazing audiences, but obviously the really big Argentina shows are really something. But the problem with Argentina and all the South American countries is that the fans are so intense that you can't go anywhere. And so you stay in the hotel, and then they surround the hotel, which is great, but you can't like go out and party in a club or some shit like that. So I have to say that the after show parties in Argentina are pretty quiet. Yeah.
Argentina is a rock and roll. No, it's a rock and roll country.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Rolling Stone tunes. Everybody plays guitar, or no? Or guitar. Guitar and drums.
It's a very musically passionate country.
It's just,
or actually about anything,
Yes. Yeah, we can't stop. Did you like the idea of getting into social networking like Facebook, MySpace, my Twitter, my blah blah? You want to be in that kind of things. You Twitter.
I think it's one of those things that I actually avoided for a long time, and even the computer itself I avoided for a long time. But eventually, it started with the BlackBerry. And that became a crutch. And then I got a computer after that, and I used it to do artwork and send photos back and forth, whatever, in business, And then slowly but surely I got a MySpace, and then Facebook and Twitter came next. And I think Facebook and Twitter for me has been crucial to being able to have a one-on-one communication with my audience, which I think is great, because I always wanted to have something like that. And you can give live updates in real time on Twitter, which is killer, and Facebook as well. The only problem is I was direct messaging everybody, and now I have.
You ended talking with everybody.
Yeah, and now it got to be overwhelming, and more importantly, it was too time consuming. Now at this point, I just do updates on Twitter. I can't really direct message them, and they're a little pissed off at me because I did it for so long and then I stopped.
He wouldn't like to be Keith Richards. Do you have Hollywood actors that are a fan of yours?
I know a lot of Hollywood actors.
It's like a fad.
A handful. No, I mean we live in the same town. But all things considered, I don't hang out in like the big sort of Hollywood scene. I'm not part of that whole thing. But I do know a couple of really cool actors.
You live in Hollywood. Do you have any special gossip that you can tell us about
I'm not
Kate Moss, fucking Fulan, the other one? Some gossip.
I'm not that guy.
Why? Why you live in Hollywood?
Because I just.
There's no gossip. There's no Hollywood.
Yeah, you're starting to get on my nerves. Okay. Anyway, no, I don't do the gossip thing.
Is it true that Marilyn Manson had his eyes operated and retired from music?
I have no idea.
Okay. If Bono, seems to be the man who saves the planet, why we are worrying about the planet if we have Bono that he save us all? Don't you think Bono is going to save us all?
I think. No, I don't think Bono can save us all. No, not at all.
So, take the records of Bono back. He's not going to save us.
I think he's making a valiant effort to be helpful.
Bueno, the cynic humor of Mr. Slash.
Well, no, I mean, what else?
When musicians get older, do you have to say, when you get older, you have to say that you like so many new bands? Or you can say, listen, I don't like new bands. I like Jimi Hendrix, Led Zepp, Pink Floyd, and Crosby, Still Nash Young, and that's enough. Or you must have to search for new bands, so you can be updated.
I like to be, I like to be exposed to, or for lack of a better word, discover new artists. It's exciting. Yes. It's just, it hasn't been a lot of it in the rock genre, not as much as what I'm used to from where I come from, because there used to be so much new material. Mm-hmm. Now it's a little limited, but it's exciting when you hear somebody that's come up that's new that you think is really great, because it gives you hope for the future,
I found it excited when the White Stripes were good.
White Stripes were great.
I remember when they appeared, you said, just two?
Yeah.
Drums and... What the fuck is it? Drums and guitar? What happened with Pete Townshend's famous phrase, I hope I die before I get old? It is what changed for I prefer to die if I can have a Porsche?
That's not an issue with me.
No, it doesn't. No, I know. But sociologically speaking, what do you think about that?
I think
that rock and roll anthem.
I
you know?
think which one? The one about the Porsche?
No,
or the one about getting old?
two.
I was going to be here this long, and I'm still here, so I finally was like, okay, I guess I'm not going anywhere. So
because all this happens with the bands. With the bands that they are, bands rock and roll that they take drugs and they are, flip. People say, hey, and when all the band detox, as Aerosmith, you remember that Aerosmith retire and they appear again, detox, perfect. People say, oh, they don't have now the same vibe because I prefer them when they were crazy. And say, well, listen.
I think
listen,
that's one of those things. I mean, I was a big Aerosmith fan, still am, and we played with them on their first real big sober tour. And we were really fucked up,
Yeah.
I think the most important thing is you have the attitude and the desire to really rock. No one gives a shit what you're doing.
Yeah.
They just want you to fucking bring it. And I think with Aerosmith they got maybe a little tame, and people wanted more of the sort of chaos that they were used to when they were getting fucked up. And, what are you going to do? Some people sort of acclimate to sobriety better than others. I don't know. It's nice to finally meet you.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, Bernard,
Ciao.
come to Argentina. Thank you very much.
All right.